Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Periscope. How are you? I hope you are well. I'm just going to give it a few minutes. How are you? How are you, Mama India? How are you? Come on in, come on in. Let's give it a few minutes to get some folks to jump on because I don't want to get started without giving this message. Hello, little putty. How are you? I don't want to start this message without having people hear it. Hey, it's Salad Man. How are you? How are you? So, good morning. This is Elkie. Tell me, kids, to go get a dad. Okay. So, yes. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? This is Elkie of Savvy Moms Unite, where I teach moms how to live a simple, practical, realistic life. I'm here to talk about, hello, Jet for Life. How are you? I'm here to talk about the words we use with our kids and how powerful it is in the way they see themselves, in the way they view life, in the way they think about the world and think about themselves. I love the cameras. Thank you. It's really important what we say. And the reason I say this is because I'm thinking about I have one child, and I'm thinking about her every morning, the things that I say to her for her to go out into the world and have good impressions of herself and her abilities. You know, when you say stuff to your kid like, you can't do anything right, or, you know, why you acting like you don't know better, or you're saying certain negative things to your kid will believe that. Think about stuff that you heard as a kid and how that impacted you as an adult today, that you believe about yourself. So when someone told you you weren't good at something, and it's not because you weren't good at it, maybe because the few times you did try it, you just weren't the best at it, but had you kept on doing it, you probably would have had a better opportunity, a better shot at it. But they stopped you before you could even try and be good at something because someone told you weren't good at it. I think about my daughter in math. She struggles in math. That's one of her subjects that she does not like in school. And I remember her saying sometimes, like, I'm not good at it. And I would say to her teachers, you know, math is a struggle for her. Math is a struggle for her. And I had to start flipping that language because it didn't need to be a struggle for her. Yes, it won't be the subject that she's going to easily grasp all the time, but she could be good at it if I convince her that once she put her mind to it, once she tried, once she attempted, she could do better with it. Once she saw herself as someone having that capability, she wouldn't feel shy about it and wouldn't feel less than her other classmates. But I had to flip that language because I was even giving her the impression it was too hard for her. Even in the way I was speaking over her, I was saying, oh, math is hard for her. It's going to be hard for her. I remember I kept saying that. And I was like, no, I have to totally change my mindset around this because it's starting to, become part of how she believes in her abilities. You know, I remember being told as a kid, your voice becomes your Yes, your voice becomes your child's inner voice. I remember being told as a kid I was always the timid one. This is what my mom would say to me. You're the timid one. You're the one we have to worry about because you're scared all the time if I'm making decisions. And how that really impacted me as an adult. It made me afraid to make decisions. And I don't think my mom intentionally went to make that a part of me. I don't think she wanted it to be a part of me. It's something she observed of me as a child and thought, well, that's part of her personality, so that's something I need to be aware of all the time. But if you keep saying that to the child, well, the child then believes that that's who they are, so they become scared to make decisions and don't want to move forward. So even though you might notice something about your kid that you know might be an issue for them, don't highlight it for them all the time. Flip it around and make it a positive for them. Okay, so you notice your kid is timid. Start telling them, you're brave. You can do this. You'll make decisions. Don't be scared. Don't be worried. You'll be fine. You might make a mistake, but you'll be fine. Think about how that totally changes their perspective on decision making when you say that. Right? Right? Thank you. Think about how that will flip in their mind when they start to make decisions. They're like, oh, okay, I'll be fine. Yeah, I might be a little nervous, but I'll be fine. Or if your child is trying to, learn a new skill and they're not perfect at it, say, hey, you'll get it next time. You'll be fine. You'll make friends. You'll go to school. You'll make friends. You can be a leader. You can lead. You can speak up when things are not right. You can do that. As long as you're doing it respectfully, no one should stop you. We have to make our kids brave. We have to make them fearless because we are surrounded by fear all the time. We're surrounded by things that are letting us to believe that we need to be fearful. But if we're building fearless children, we build fearless adults who go out into the world and do great things, who change the minds of people, who impact people in the most positive way. We have to start watching what we say to our kids in the morning, every morning before they leave the house. You're a blessed child. You have abundance. You need having them be grateful for what they have because our kids are so spoiled. And I'm saying this because I'm speaking from my experience with my child. My kid is spoiled compared to what I had. The things that she has access to, I never had at her age. The things that I was responsible for, she's not responsible. My daughter's bus stop is right in the apartment complex where I live. And I'm taking her to the bus. And her dad was like, you got to let her be responsible. Like, think about it. In 4th grade, I was taking the city bus to school. But because in my mind, I'm fearful of who she is, I'm thinking she's still mentally young. I couldn't even allow myself to let her walk out the door, wait and at least look out the door. I didn't have to sit there, wait till the bus came. She's not 2. But I'm still in my mind thinking of her as 2. When she's a 4th grader, 9 years old, going to be 10 in December. And she's so mature. Don't. She's not a baby though. She's so mature. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm sending her across the street by herself on a busy highway. It's literally feet away. It's a feet away from me. And I couldn't even do it because in my mind, I'm thinking she's still so young and she's still so immature but that's not going to help her be mature. That's not going to help her grow. I have to start giving her the opportunity to feel responsible. Everyone, that's my sister. That's her baby too. So she's very protective and I get it. But yeah, just how do you prepare your child to go out into the world? What are things that you say to your children so that they understand they're capable? I admire my brother-in-law and my sister who are on here. And what they say to their daughter is not even 2 years old. And the stuff they say to her at this young age and how it really made a difference. I saw what that difference has made. She's very fearless. She's very smart. She's very capable. And it's because of the stuff they tell her. They're like, you can do this. You're good. They really pour into her. That's what we have to do. It takes work. It's challenging, especially if you yourself are struggling with your own self-esteem issues. It's challenging because you can't even see it for yourself. So how can you see it for your own child? Right? You have to do the work too. Get up in the morning and write your own affirmations. Put them on walls. I bought a dry erase board to put on my daughter's door so I can write notes to her each morning so that when she walks out the door, she can see it and let it make an impression on her day. You have to be intentional. You can't, it takes every day. Don't miss a day where you don't say one thing to your kid that's of a positive nature. Don't miss a day. Because that one day that kid goes out there, it could have saved them. It could have saved them. Write notes to your children, hide in it, put it on the bathroom put it on the bathroom glass before they leave in the morning, so when they're brushing their teeth they can see it. Leave it on their door. Leave notes for each other. If you're with a partner, leave notes for each other. I'm getting into a whole nother subject area, but leave notes for your partner. You're gonna have a good day. You'll be great. What you're doing today is awesome. Thank you. You inspire me. Something to get them, because we need it. We need people to pour into us. We're in a world where people are living in negativity all day long. Go and read social media on any given day. Unless you're intentional, you're going to find more negativity than positivity. The stuff that people are willing to say to each other on Facebook and Periscope and various places is really sad. They will quicker say something negative than something positive to you, because it's almost like it boosts them to make someone feel bad. And I'm like, no, I'm not about that life. I'm not about that life. If I see something negative, I want to flip it. No, that's not what we're here for. We should be pouring into each other. We should be giving each other that boost, because when you go out there, whether you're a worker, you go to a job every day, or you're showing up for your business, the kind of stuff that you're going to meet up with, you need to be strong before you leave your house. You need to be mentally strong, because the stuff that you're about to witness, the stuff that our kids have to witness, is pretty intense. So the last thing you need is for your home to be feeding that garbage to each other. That's the last thing you need. It's for you to be feeding to each other all that nonsense and that negativity, and then wondering why you go out there and you can't make it. You're struggling mentally to interact with people because you're not even doing it in your own house, the house that you should feel protected and loved. Putting messages around your home, picture frames, stuff that's going to remind you of moments of happy times, good times. So your kids can understand their home is a sanctuary. It's safe. It's a loving place. It's a growing place. It's a place where we see things happen that help us grow and love each other. If your partner fighting, go in your room and hide. Don't bring that in front of your kid. Let your kid understand. Yes, conflicts happen, but when at the end of the day, we love each other so much, we're willing to put that aside, because that's not what we're pouring into you. We don't want you to learn how to fight in our house. We don't want you to learn that. We want you to learn how to stand up for yourself and be brave and be fearless and trust that no matter what, when you come home, you're coming home to greatness. That's where it's built. That's when we become the greatest in our homes. So train up the child. That's what you got to do. That's what parenting is. It's a daily task, and you got to be on it. It's not easy. But it damn sure ain't going to be hard, because you got to do it. Your kids rely on you. You don't just provide the basics. You provide that emotional stability they need to be the best adults in this world, so that we can see a future of children loving on each other, bringing positivity to each other, bringing greatness to each other, allowing each other to be and not hating on each other, not making each other feel bad because they're positive. No, can't do that anymore. So I'm gonna stop preaching and let you know this is all to say we got to do better. I know I got to do better. I say this to myself. I'm preaching to myself. I have to do better, because I'm raising a woman, a black woman, as a matter of fact, who's got to deal with quite a lot. And I talk to this with my sisters all the time. Being a black woman in this country ain't easy, but we got to make them strong to deal with what comes with that territory. So pour into your children, pour into their hearts, pour into their minds, feed them knowledge, tell them their culture, experience, give them what they need, so when they go out to this world, they can really do amazing things, because they're worth it. Our children are worth it. They're worth every minute. They're worth every struggle. They're worth all the greatness that'll come once we pour into them. Thanks again. This is Elkie of Savvy Moms Unite, where I teach moms how to live a simple, practical, realistic life. You can follow me here on Instagram as well, Savvy Mom Elkie. I also have a Facebook group called Savvy Moms Unite. If you'd like to join that, that'd be awesome. Thanks again. I love you all and take care.